Right. So time is 5:19. It's still Monday, March the 25th, 2019. And the topic of the conversation is the Borg clan. BORG. This is a clan made from fans of Star Trek. Right? The leader of the clan, his name is Davis. Like, I don't know. I kind of know who they are, but I don't know who they are. Because, like I say, I did the research, I did the research, on YouTube, I did the research. I tracked down. I did as much research about everything as I could, right? So, all these recordings, I'm telling you, all these recordings are based on a true story. And it's my story that happened to me. And it happened to my ex-wife. So, it's our true story. It's our true story. And some of it is my personal story involved with it because, it's my story. It's my true story. So, it has to do with me. And, right, the clan is Borg. The leader is Davis. And the leader of the clan is Davis. See, originally I'm the one that made contact with those people because I was the one that was playing on Warhawk. Okay, in the beginning, up to 2016, to the end of 2016, at the very beginning of 2017, like Christmas 2016. That's when Bertha started getting into Warhawk. Before that, like I said I can take 4 or 5. Okay, since she had just started working like a little bit before that because of the situation of the apartment, and she was fucking around there. She didn't really care about the game because for somebody that's fucking around in real life, they don't need the fucking game to socialize. They socialize in real life. But she didn't care, and that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, and so she didn't show any interest in the game. She thought it was cool and everything, but it's like whatever. So I was playing. My son lost interest in playing that game. He was playing his own game and whatever. I like to give it to him as his choice. If he doesn't take it, he doesn't take it. So I got into YouTube, so I'm like, I'm gonna continue this for him because I know I could. I went to school for. I've been drafting since I was like in 8th grade. I would get. So I would get like I would pass my classes ahead of time, and I would get like how you get those electives, and I would get drafting because there wasn't anything else I was interested in, so I would just draft. So ever since from 8th grade, I was drafting. So for like it's 8th grade. I drafted 4 years in high school. And then after that, I went to. I took some college courses, and like I said, I'm not gonna say any names to certain stuff unless the story picks up, and eventually the names will they'll be brought up into they'll be known. I took some courses for architecture. I took AutoCAD. SolidWorks. I did Sketchbook on my own, like SketchUp. It's a 3D program, modeling program. I used Adobe. I've used most of the big 3D works and all that. I've done blueprints, like actual blueprints. The one where they do with the what is it with the chemical printers. I think it's chlorine. I want to say it's chlorine. I think it might be chlorine. I took some classes for automobile electrical systems and all that. Logistics. I've done logistics. Taking logistics classes, and to me the education thing is always an ongoing thing, right? And I don't want to sidetrack too much. I just kind of everything has to do with everything in this conversation. So, right? So since my son lost interest in doing the YouTube thing, I was like, oh, he got me interested in that, because I'm pretty sure I could try to make something out of this for him, and at the same time for myself, I'm not gonna say that, of course, nobody does anything without trying to benefit themselves. It's the truth. Right? And so I'm like, well, yeah, I can make something for him and myself. And at the same time, I'm like, oh, well, at the same time, I wanted to include Bertha because, even though she fucks around, no matter what, I always took her as she was part of my team. And she knew that. So I was like, well, I'm gonna try to, even though she's not interested in it, I'm gonna try to see if I can make something happen for, all of us. And so that's when I started getting into the YouTube stuff, and started socializing with people. And I know I already talked about this in tape 4 and 5, but like I said, it has to do with it, so it circles around. So yeah, up to 2017, the beginning of the year, she wasn't interested in Warhawk or anything like that, right? It wasn't until to the end of 2016 Christmas when I managed to get enough attention from people, and over the holidays I started texting everybody, hey, happy Thanksgiving, happy Christmas and all that, and I started getting a bunch of texts, over those days, and I guess you started seeing he's actually managing to start something, because people are actually responding back to him. And at the same time, I don't know if she was against it or for it, but towards the end, I was thinking she was against it, and part of it, I think that's why she got she got played, but she benefited a lot. I'm not gonna say that she just got played. This is not the truth. She got played, but she enjoyed it, and that's what I'm trying to say. Right? But she didn't want me to succeed in that, because she knew that if I did something for her like that she was gonna have to quit her job, And since at that time her relationship with her boss was new, then she was not into it, and she didn't want to risk that. Right? So that's what happened there about that. Right. Now going back to Borg, I had done the research on Borg, and there were these two guys, or these two people that were doing Borg. See, but the only thing that the person, these two people that do that, one of his name's Wes, and one of his name's AB or something like that, or Wes AB, and the other one's called Carol Pacho or something like that. And they have multiple accounts or alternate accounts. But the thing is that they always play opposite account. So what I mean is they say how Magical Butt and Plato 28. So I say, my son, he's playing as Plato 28, but he's uploading my videos on his channel. So on Plato 28 he uploads Magical Butt, and then Magical Butt I upload Plato 28. That way we cross promote the channel, and you get what I mean? See? So in order to see Magical Butt, you gotta type in Plato 28, and then at the same time you give recognition to Plato 28. That's the way they're doing it. See, one of the guys has videos of him that he travels a lot. So I'm thinking that either he's a stewardess. He works in the airplane industry, or he works in the luggage, but they fly with a plane. Right. So one of those, I'm pretty sure that one of those, either in the bar clan, I'm pretty sure one of those is Dominic's guy. One of his original ones, and the other one's Snake Eyes. Because I'm pretty sure they're the ones that are the other ones. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're the main ones that are the ones doing all the havoc and Warhawk. You know, and Davis and all those people, they would try to pretend like they didn't know who it was, but they were. You know, that's why they would do that. That's why they would like playing the board servers, because the board servers was for them to like kind of like to test out the gamers that are playing, to find out who's cheating and who's not. So, and under the board servers, you know, they use mods too, and anybody that could counter certain moves, that's how you know they're cheating. You know, because other than that, it wouldn't be possible. So that's how they would test. They would test out the people. Alright. See, all the accounts that I was doing, I knew that they knew who I was. And I would help her down, okay, you're not supposed to know who I am because they're reading my IP. They know who I am, and believe it. And I would tell her, okay, that's what they were doing. And I would tell her, okay, that's what they were doing to us. Yeah, they were reading her IP, they were reading my IP, they were seeing we were the same. Somehow we were connected, and that, you know, they were pretty much, they took everything the wrong way, and they were thinking something else that it wasn't. And you know, at the same time, because all this happened so fast at that time, you know, at that time I didn't know that was them. And you know, at the same time they were trying, like I said, they were trying to block me since the beginning. So, you know, I accidentally met them in that server, and I accidentally met them again in that server, but it's different. Like, they're using different avatars. That's what I'm trying to say. See, so those poor people, you know, the videos that they have, they're old. They're like from the last videos are like from like 2000. I think in 2011 or 2013 or something like that. And then they disappear. They don't really play. But then like a while back, I think one of them had started uploading again, like once towards the end of Warhawk. So I'm pretty sure it's them again. And see, one of them when I was doing the research, one of them had on their friends list had this person called Tef Jeeps. And that person would play in the Borg server too, and she's part of the Borg clan. And, you know, certain people at the end of the Warhawk, like, I didn't play Borg because at the end of the Warhawk, me and Berta were not living together no more. And, you know, Warhawk had two ends. You know, they had the original end in November. I think November, I think towards the end of November, that was its original end. Well, actually, Warhawk has three endings. The original ending was in 2010, right? And that's when I say that a lot of that stuff happened, where they restarted, right? And the second ending, which was last year, was in November of 2018. And then the third ending, which is the one where they actually took it off right now, is in January 31st of 2019, right? Well, in the 2017, in the November one, the November ending, I don't know if they played, right? Because I wasn't in that ending. I was busy working. I hadn't accumulated any cash to buy the PlayStation 3 and the TV, because I didn't have any of the equipment. So I had no way of knowing, like. I had no way of knowing that they were playing. I'm pretty sure Bertha was playing. She wasn't playing as Monster. She wasn't playing as another alternate account that I don't know, that I'm not aware of, and I'm not aware of it, so I don't know. So in these recordings, it doesn't matter. But yeah, for that ending, I didn't show up to that ending. I made it right after they announced that the game was still gonna go on. That's when I showed up again because I managed to get the equipment and start playing again. And yeah, I ran into Moonstar and the Dominic still went to under Magical Ball once. I had just started. It was just coincidence. I had just started the game. It was just coincidence because I know that he reads IPs. Maybe not because I already played on the new console that I was using. That's Play-Doh 28. So once I do that, then they know the number of the IP. So all I gotta do is keep looking out for that number, and then they know that it's they know who it is, and and they were playing, and then since I had comments on my avatar, after the the guy gets mad because I could win them in the game. See, it's a stupid thing, but he gets mad because he's a cheater, but he does play good. Okay, so on top of that, he's a cheater. He does play good, so when he cheats, he plays really good, and he gets mad because I could still get him sometimes, and it bothers him because he knows he's cheating, and I still get him, and then he quit, so almost I quit too. And yeah, but she erased her channel. It was her. It was my channel, but it was my channel. I was able to get the channel. I was able to get the channel back and the account back in 2017. Last year in 2018. Maybe around July. For a month or two, I was able to get July or no, I think in January. In January all the way up to maybe July. I was able to get the account back, and I made the account for Televine's account, and I made it for her too. That one I did make it for her. That's what I mean. It also made her an account. See, at that time I made her an account called Dominic's girl, which is Dominic's the Dominic's name, the Dominic's 2122. Capital DOMINX, and then S, and then capital G, lowercase I, lowercase R, and lowercase L. Dominic's girl. And I told her I wasn't against her playing with that person, but once I see she wasn't gonna help me out, I told her that I wanted that account back. Because I had other use for that name, that account. Why it was the name of the account because since we started the channel for that, eventually it was gonna become for that. And she didn't want to give it back to me because she kind of believed me that the whole purpose of that person being interested in the conversation or in that was because of that account. Because by that time, see, I didn't know it at that time, but she had already met with him, and at that time she started getting really bothered because I guess she already knew that the guy wanted those accounts, and I guess because she liked them and she was on into it, and she didn't want me to succeed because she didn't want to quit her job because, like I said, she was dating at work too, and she seen it as a chance to benefit herself, and so I guess she agreed to help him out, and they went out and stuff or whatever. You know what I mean, whatever, and and towards January, from January to March, I was able to get the account back, but then after a while, she started like fighting me for it again, and I guess I knew she was talking with that guy, and I knew she wasn't talking. She tried to make it seem like she was talking to him just on the PS app, but I know they were talking already personally, or maybe he was already like living on this side, and I honestly think that he probably ended up he ended up working, or he works where she's working at, and that's what complicated issues for her at work too, because she made that mistake of like thinking that she could keep separated. And see, what the point is that during the time of January and like March of 2018, she started using the Venus account, and I started using the Dapunk account. I'm pretty sure it's 2018, but it might be earlier than that. I think it might have been in 2017, like when we started using those accounts. But for sure during that time we were using them like a lot, and then she started fighting me that she wanted that account because the guy made it seem like he ran into her again on the Venus account, and he befriended her again, and she for a while he didn't befriend her. She didn't befriend him because I told her I was trying to get her to let me prove to her that the guy was reading her IP. So I told him not to befriend them like at first, and so at first he was like whatever. So then eventually he befriended her, and then that's when she started bugging again about the Mostar account, because I'm guessing by the time he was already getting frustrated that he didn't see any outcome of the accounts being erased, and I guess he started like harassing her, and even though she was going out with him, I guess he was harassing her, and she started acting really like hostile with me at that time. During the time the apartment stuff, that we lost the apartment, we had just gotten our tax money, and we had money saved up and everything, but we couldn't find a place. But now I'm thinking that she didn't try, because we couldn't find an apartment to like live, even though we had the money to like pay for it. And she kept insisting that her boss had told her, can you lend her the money? Can you lend her the money to find a place? And she didn't think I would catch on to it. And I would tell her, okay, why did she need him to lend him the money if we have the money? We can't find a place. And I guess that's where her own life started crashing with each other, because since she told me that we couldn't find a place, then even if the guy lends us the money, we're not gonna be able to find a place because we were struggling. And I'm guessing that's where issues started to happen with her story. And see, like I mentioned, like I said, we were back to live with her parents, and within a while, we started like living on our own again, and that's when like we started to play. When I started to play 28, me and my son started to play 28 account. And what I think that happened is that when we lost the apartment, I think she borrowed money from her boss, and like at first it was like whatever, but then it wasn't. And at the same time, I just think a lot of things piled up on her, and she didn't want to tell me because it meant her telling me that she cheated on me, because on multiple times she told me that if I would have cheated on her, she would have forgave me. And I'm like, yeah, I took it as, yeah, you're saying that because you want me to think that that's okay, because you're kind of like admitting that you cheated, and But she didn't admit it. She didn't ever tell me that she did. She didn't ever say it. She didn't ever own up to it. She chose to walk away and to not own up to it. That's what happened. Like, you know, because she didn't want to own up to it. She couldn't ask me for help, and I was trying to help her out. She just, you know, like I said, because she didn't want me to succeed in that. She didn't know what to do. So yeah, like those work people, like after a while that I played with them, like when all that started to happen, I told her that I was pretty sure they were kind of like a cult, and I still think that's kind of like what they are, but I'm guessing it's more like that Dominic's 2122. They kind of like, since he travels around, and he like he was making it seem like that, and he posted other videos and doing other girls. Like, it wasn't just her, and I knew that, and that's what I was trying to tell her that that's the only thing that was gonna happen. That using the YouTube stuff, that he was gonna try to use it in a way too. Like that was gonna be his final way of him trying to stop me from doing the YouTube stuff, because if I did the YouTube stuff, then he was gonna try to use it to blackmail me, to tell me that if I didn't stop that he was gonna post that video of him doing my wife at that time, but she's not my wife no more, because he didn't know that. He didn't know that it wasn't like that. That it was a different situation. And when that happened, then his plan backfired, and he got really mad about that. That's why. That's why like he still posted the video, because kind of like he was gonna post it up anyways. Like no matter what, he was gonna post it up.